In terms of the workspace, like if your lab's not messy, you're not busy enough, you're not doing enough work. Lab should be messy. So the lab's cleaned at the end of each day. So we come in at the start of each day and the lab looks beautiful, but within about 10 minutes, it looks like this. If we have a look at the veneer now, after it's come out of the printer and we've dried off the excess resin, it comes with what we call little supports, which are part of the printing process, and that's how the printer basically builds it layer by layer, so it needs these little attachments. So what we do is we trim these attachments off. But see how easy they were to chip? That only happens before they're stuck in place. So once they're stuck in place, they obtain the same strength, or close to the same strength as a regular restoration, but they require being bonded in place for that strength. Until they're bonded in place, they're very weak. And now what we're doing is polishing off the residual supports, just to create a very nice smooth surface. Lab time probably takes us about an hour to do each case. So we have a lab designer who will do the digital design for us, and he will normally take 24 to 48 hours to get the design back to us. Once the digital files are sent to us, we 3D print them out. Printing them takes about half an hour, and then this process of getting them polished, glazed and looking beautiful probably take another hour. So I'd say an hour and a half on our end, and then about 24, 48 hours on the lab's end to get the design looking beautiful. When the patient comes in to get the veneers put on, that appointment usually takes about 40 minutes. It's a fairly simple process to stick them on, but we do spend a lot of time making sure that the margins around the edge are really, really smooth, so they're not going to attract stain. And we're also making sure that the fit is perfect, there's no excess cement, and that the bite is perfect as well, because if the teeth don't fit together nicely, you're just going to break them in 5 minutes. So it's really important that the dentist assesses the bite and make sure that they plan for how the patient's going to be chewing, how they're going to be grinding their teeth, and making sure that the veneers are out of those pathways so the patient's not going to break them during function. So we usually follow everyone up. Basically, after we put the veneers on, we'll follow people up a week later and check the bite again, make sure they're happy. If there's any changes that they want done to the shapes, we can make some adjustments in the mouth. And then we'll generally, after that 1 week review, I'll review everyone 4 weeks later and make sure they're all happy. We always make sure they've got a night guard to wear in their sleep to protect the veneers from grinding. 70% of the population will grind their teeth in their sleep. So it's really, really important after you've done any dental work that you've spent money on to essentially protect your investment by wearing that mouth guard fairly religiously. Guys, if you're interested in looking into 3D printed veneers and whether it's an option for you, then I'd definitely say come into Azure Dental and have a chat with us.